Fraser and Natalie Haas.
Thank you. Thank you. This feels very real. You look great. Thank you for coming along. We are just thrilled to be back in the saddle, playing tunes and investigating music the way we love to do it. And thanks for coming along this evening. We looked at each other in astonishment the other day when we had realized that we'd been playing, investigating the world of the fiddle and the cello for something like 22 years together. And I must admit, Natalie was more astonished than I was. But what a great thing, music. It's just so great to have music in our lives. And so again, thank you for coming along. I invite you to cozy up to the hearth of our wee fiddle and cello world. And we're going to take you on a new kind of a journey tonight.
Man, it feels good to come back to the Ark. Honestly, we are just so thrilled every time we get a chance to play for people in 3D these days. But it really does feel like a great homecoming to be in this wonderful venue again. So thank you all for coming tonight. We are going to play a bunch of new music for you tonight. One of the things that got us through the early stages of the pandemic was putting out a new album, and it's all comprised of original material. About half of it is Alasdair's and about half is mine, and I'm going to let him tell you more about the title later because there's a bit of explanation required. But anyway, we're just loving finally getting to play this music live. And those tunes you just heard were two originals of mine. The first is, well, it was an attempt at writing a Swedish polska. I've been fascinated with Swedish music since I was a teenager. Only what came out ended up sounding more like a 3/2 English hornpipe than a polska. So I decided to call it Sweglish. And then the reel after that, I was trying to incorporate some modes and intervals that you don't hear as much in the Western world, and kind of borrowing a little bit from some Arabic scales. However, I can't help but sound Celtic in most of what I do, compositionally anyway, so I ended up calling the reel Modally Challenged. And the CD is called Syzygy, and I'm going to let you Alasdair tell you what that means, because he's better at it than I am.
Well, we love this world. Welcome to the world of syzygy. Syzygy, if it's not a word you're familiar with, then you will be after tonight. And people look at this word in print and they kind of get a little bit scared of it. It seems like there are many ways to go wrong in saying it. It's a great Scrabble word. And it's a fun word, so let's just get it out of our system now and say it. Have a go. It's especially good with masks on. Can't go wrong. Anyway, there's this great word, and if you've come across it and you know what it means, you probably will go with the modern definition, which is related to astronomy and to the coming into alignment of three celestial bodies, and like an eclipse or something, which is a modern usage. This word appears in so many sciences. It appears in philosophy and geology, and it'll keep you up all night if you let it. It just keeps delivering. But if you go back to the origin of the word, the first half, it takes you back to the Greeks, and that sys part takes you back to the yoking together of two oxen. I hear you say, where is he going with this? Yoking together of two oxen, or an even better definition, is the coming into alignment of two entities whilst maintaining the character of each. And we thought, that's what we've been trying to do for 23 years. Coming into alignment. So we have fun with it. We have great fun with it. We called the album Syzygy. The clincher was when Natalie's sister Brittany wrote to me and said, Alasdair, have you read the latest London Times Sunday magazine criticism of Scottish literature? And I said, no. And for some reason she had. She said, you won't believe it, but I know you guys love this word syzygy, and in there's an article about G. Gregory Smith, the great Scottish literary critic, writing in 1919 and saying that the Scots have a penchant for living in a state of contradiction. I've always known this, I'm from Scotland. But apparently we're very good at it. We're so good at it that it's throughout our literature. For example, Robert Louis Stevenson, great novel, Jekyll and Hyde, or Confessions of a Justified Sinner by James Hogg, the Ettrick Shepherd. it's all about contradiction, and they said that we Scots live in a zigzag condition of contradiction. So we thought we'll go with that. And so that takes you to G. Gregory Smith's phrase, which is the Caledonian anti-syzygy. The rabbit hole's getting deeper, folks. But I'm going to stop there. But, I encourage you to stay up with syzygy, or the Caledonian anti-syzygy. And here's a piece now that I wrote called Anti-Syzygy. It's no relative of mine.